that will get you out the door faster than you walk through it. So as you might be able to tell, I'm currently waiting for a client. So I'm doing this pre-client. It's one of my regulars. I've seen him probably for, I think, 2 years now. He's someone who has been in the scene for a while, has seen other pro Ds of what I am, and is also in the lifestyle. But in his personal relationship, he is in my role. And his partner doesn't want to do this role. So he comes to see me to fulfill that aspect. His partner is fully aware of that. And yeah, I love that. I love it when you have a client who's in a relationship and they're so honest with each other, and one person has a need and the other person's like, you know what, that's not really my style, or it's not really my forte. I'd rather have this dynamic with you, and you can get that need filled elsewhere, and it's open and honest. I just think that's amazing. Also, it can be difficult because people often ask me about switching. I myself am a switch. So probably because I spend so much of my working life in the pro D capacity, but even when I'm coaching and training and doing courses, you're still kind of in that very dominant capacity, let's just say, that dominant, you're still in that kind of like a dominant, leading, facilitating mindset. So that's very much like a one gear for me. And that's probably why I am drawn to submission sometimes in more of my personal life. So I am a switch myself. Now, people often ask, can you switch with the same partner? Now, 100% you can, 100%. I have had couples who I've coached who switch. They might just take turns. I've only ever had one couple who switched within scenes. That's very rare that I've heard of. Feel free to correct me if there's like thousands of you out there and I'm just not aware, where they could actually go between those roles within the one scene. Most couples I've met will take like turns or check in like, how are you feeling today? How am I feeling? Which kind of role I'm more into? And they'll kind of negotiate the role for that scene. But you can do it. You can do it. However, I will say that some people do find it hard to have the one partner and yourself with that one partner in both roles. So they might view that partner or themselves in a particular role and that particular dynamic, if that makes sense. And so sometimes they feel like my client's doing with me tonight, that it's better to have kind of like one person for them to be in a certain role and then another person they're in the other role with. I think it can just sometimes be easier on your brain or something, just to like where you kind of categorize people. So yeah. So welcome to vlog number, I actually really had to think about that. We're on 4 now. We're vlog number 4. We're on vlog number 4. And today I want to do, I've still got the mic in my hand. Today I want to do 5 things that will get you banned from me as a pro D. So I will be referring to some notes very quickly so I don't forget them. So number 1 is telling me you don't have a safe word. Oh my gosh, I put this at number 1 for a reason. The amount of inquiries I have got over the last 7 years asking me for no safe word, I just can't. I will never take on a client with no safe word. It goes against everything that this craft, art, play, dynamic, whatever you want to call it, is founded upon, which is consent. And not just a yes, no, it's a fuck yes, freely given, reversible, not coerced, informed, enthusiastic consent. All those things need to be considered. And when you're going into a scene with no safe word, you are removing that ability. Because things can go wrong in a scene. People can change their minds of something that just they thought might land. It didn't land that day. They're in some particular mood that day, and what normally works for them didn't work for them that day. They might have reached their window of tolerance and they need to stop. You can probably tell by how worked up I am, but it is so important you have a safe word. And if you are a D or a pro D, it is not ethical for you to take on a scene without a safe word. I'm using word loosely because it could be a safe actual word, it could be a safe signal, it could be whatever you want it to be. Normally you should have a safe word and some kind of signal in case the person goes non-verbal. So it could be a shake of the head. You might give them an object to drop. Also, they might be gagged. There's a million reasons. So I often have words. I use traffic light system myself, and some sort of symbol, gesture, whatever. But you need something. Number 2, trying to push my boundaries. Okay, we negotiated before we started. So that means I know your boundaries and you know mine. So pretending like you're just like gently trying to nudge into my boundaries is not going to go unnoticed. I pick it up straight away and I will stop you right there. So don't think you can test me. Don't think you can encroach on what I've been very clear about. What are my boundaries? That will get you out the door faster than you walk through it. So number 3 is lying on the intake. So normally when you're discussing with a D or a pro D, you will have some sort of intake process, whether that's prior to you coming to the scene and then you do a pre-scene negotiation, or maybe you're doing it all there in person. You will have an intake process. Not telling me of certain health conditions or medical conditions, or not disclosing pieces of information that are key to the work we're doing is actually really unsafe. And if I find out about it and it's quite a serious breach, you're not going to be seen again because you're not allowing me to do my job. I can't keep you safe if you're not honest with me. So be honest on your intake form. You know, it's a lot of things that you're going to tell me is not going to mean I'm not going to see you. I just need to know to work around it. And as I said, like, it's so vital that I have all the information in order to do my job. And at the end of the day, keep you and I both safe. Number 4 is treating me like a vending machine. Someone actually once wrote on my Instagram a really cool word for this, and I can't remember, but it was really funny. Like a kink vending machine. It was better than that. But anyway, this is one that a lot of Ds can relate to. Pro or lifestyle, I think. Sometimes you get submissives that just think you're there to dispense like their craziest, kinkiest desires. And like, hopefully we do tick off some of your desires, definitely, but I'm not a vending machine. You're coming to me, I'm a professional, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's a collaborative process. Of course, as a pro, you are taking in more of the intentions and needs of your client just by the inherent nature of it being a professional relationship, but I'm not here just to like dispense whatever you want. Like, that's not how it works. I believe this to be an art form. I'm an artist. You've chosen me for a reason. So let me do my job and let me show you why you're paying me what you're paying me. I'm not a McDonald's meal. I'm not a Pizza Hut. Number 5 is disrespecting me in my space. These are things like showing up late. Showing up late, number 1, is one of my pet peeves. It will eat into your session time. I'm someone who values time. Also, this is a power dynamic. If that's how we're starting off the power dynamic with you disrespecting my time, we're not off to a very good start. You know, I've been very intentional about how I set up my business, my practice, and my space. And I expect that when someone comes into that or is invited into that, for them to really see that as a privilege and honor the work that has gone into not just me as a practitioner, but everything else around it. So disrespecting me is a quick way to get you booted out the door. The next one I hate is haggling my rate. I'm a professional. I have been doing this for many years now. I train other people now. My skills are highly sought after. I spend a lot of time, money, and energy investing in what I do and what I become. So I find it really disrespectful when people try and haggle my rate. I always say, like, do you go to your dentist or lawyer or accountant and try and haggle theirs? I don't think so. So don't do it to someone who does this as a profession.
So I don't know what happened to the end of my vlog. What a mess. I have got a new phone and for some reason it just cut the end of the record. Also, my mic now doesn't fit into this new phone's USB-C, so I've got to do that. But that was actually the end. We got all my points there. You just missed my summary, which was, hope you enjoyed vlog 4, and see you next time.